So welcome back to the, what am I going to call this? I'm going to call this the 2157 Chevy. But that could change. So I've done a couple things since my last video. If you recall, I was working on this jet engine that I 3D printed, and it needed a bit of an angle to it. So I found this pipe STL file, and I printed it off, and I just now, well, I cut it down to size, and then I just hit it on the disc sander to get it even closer. So unbeknownst to me, this stuff, it melted pretty quick. I mean, I guess that's a good feature when it comes to printing, but now I'm stuck with these tough blobs. I don't want to be too rough with them because they'll break that. I guess it's alright. They'll bust into that edge that I'll have to sand clean later. Daggone. That is tough stuff, man. Try these. Too blunt. Oh, there we go. That's good. There's tiny particulate of plastic everywhere, covers every surface. It is a heinous mess here at the X Lounge. So I'm not really for sure where I left off last time. The vehicle, of course, is going to have a jet engine. And this we've seen before. This is 3D printed. I then printed this angle, and it would be utilized in this sort of way. Yeah. And I still might do that. Later on I thought I needed to be bent up more, so I printed a 90-degree one. I don't like the looks of it. Not even a little. No. It doesn't look fast. It looks like an old steam engine. So we're not going with that route. So what I'm most likely going to do, if this angle doesn't work out, which is like 20 degrees, I'm going to cut this one right down the middle and sand portions off of these sides so that I can flatten that out a little bit and get somewhere in between 90 degrees and 20 degrees. I did. These are 3D printed on the resin, or not the resin, on the filament printer. And these are the fans for the same jet engine printed on the resin printer. And as you can see, they fit in there pretty nicely. There's also a, I don't know what you would call that, but that goes on there. So that's going to be a pretty cool look, I think, once we get to that stage. The front piece gets one as well. It's not quite as artsy as this one. However, When I went to take it off its supports, I broke 2 of the vanes. So I'll be printing that one off again. And in the future, I'm not going to release it from the supports. I'm going to trim this raft down so that it'll fit in there properly. And I mean, you're not going to be able to see. You will be able to see a little bit of it, but not enough to bother me. So I'm thinking that's going to be right about there. Okay. So as far as the body goes, I haven't done much else since the last video. I did work on the filling the door panel lines in a bit. I'll be moving those forward. Those will get re-scribed down there and probably about there. I had to put a platform there, and I cut out what was left of the radiator from this area. And this platform is for these locator pins that I drilled through the chassis. That's so that I can get everything to fit right where it's going to be finally. Oh boy, I gotta do that. I saw right through that. Anyhow, they're locator marks. They're temporary, and they're just to keep everything from falling through. So that's where they'll sit. That's where the frame will sit on the bottom. So I cut out the middle portion. That solved a lot of the problem I had with the molded in exhaust, which I really hate on any vehicle. So this is the new interior tub. It'll fit right about there. It's made to fit directly onto the frame. A couple of cutouts here for those locator pins. All the holes have been filled with sheet styrene. That'll probably, I mean, there's a bit of a step there. I'll probably grind that down smooth. The whole bottom's going to get covered in flock, so I don't need to worry too much about seams. I did have to fill a couple gaps with some putty, some of that 5-minute epoxy, and I've got to work on a couple little patches underneath that'll be seen later. So I'll cover this whole area with what I don't know yet, something futuristically. There's a lid. There's a hood from some old model Mercedes or whatever. I thought that might look pretty nifty in there. I don't know yet. What I'm focusing on now is getting the interior right, and then I just pop that out of there again. Dang on. Anyhow, I'm focusing on getting the interior in there so that I can continue on basically with the engine. I got to know where all this stuff fits so that I can get the engine in there in an appropriate manner. Which, as we can see now, this is going to be in the way. So I'll have to address that. I'll have to address that next. I got to remove a portion of that, or not, or I just cut out the bottom of this, which would probably be easier. Yeah, that's all that I'll do. I'll just cut the bottom of that off because I need these features for the rear differential and shocks and all that. There's the dashboard. That fits on there pretty nicely. I don't know that I have to alter that any. It just kind of fits over top of everything I've added in. That's the engine for... I'm working on 257 Chevys at the moment. The other one, I don't know if I'm going to be filming it. I'm just kind of messing around with it right now while I've got the... Well, I'm waiting on stuff to dry on this one. So that's it for now. Thank you for watching. Hope you've enjoyed so far. Subscribe if you would like, and certainly hit that bell next to the subscription button and you'll get notified when the next video is out.
Party!